Are you thinking about moving to Charleston and wondering about the pros and cons of living here? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you all about the great things and not so great things about living in Charleston and see if I can convince you to move here. Hi, this is Shakima Chapman with the Chapman Group with Carolina Elite Real Estate here with the North Chuck Hookup, where we talk about all things Charleston living. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe to our channel. So there are tons of people moving here for lots of reasons, and mainly it's the weather. So if you're not used to living on the southeast coast, tune in. I'm going to tell you all the good and the bad about our weather. So if you hate the cold, you're going to love living in Charleston. Our temperatures are pretty moderate here, and we experience about 230 days of sunny living. In the spring, temperatures are about 58 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and in the summers, they run about 76 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, with July being the hottest month, averaging about 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we have pretty mild winters here. On average, you can expect between 42 to 58 degrees Fahrenheit in our winters, and you're rarely ever going to see snow or cold days. So just to give you an example of how we react to snow, about 2 years ago we had an inch on the ground and it shut the entire town down for about a week. While it rarely gets cold here, we have to talk about the sultry summers. Our humidity causes it to be pretty sticky here from the morning well into the evening. So ladies, it's usually not going to be a great hair day. You can expect a little bit of fuzz with all of this humidity. Also, at times our weather can be unpredictable. Make sure you keep an umbrella handy because there's guaranteed to be a pop-up shower, especially in the summertime. So I hope that gives an idea of what you're going to have to adjust to if you're moving here. Now let's talk about the overall convenience and the location of living in Charleston. So traveling from Charleston can be pretty easy. If you want to take a quick road trip to Atlanta, Georgia, it's going to take you about 4.5 hours. If you want to head up to Charlotte, you can get there in about 3.5 hours, and you can scoot on down to Jacksonville, Florida in about 4 hours. Now, flying out of Charleston, there are some direct flights that you can take. Miami, Florida, hour and 45 minutes, or you can get to Chicago or New York in 2.5 hours. Now, the flip side to that, the con is we have a very small airport with only 2 terminals, so we have very few direct flights. And it's also going to cost you more to fly out of Charleston. So we've talked about the weather and travel, but let's get down to what's really important, the cost of living here. Did you know that South Carolina has the 5th lowest taxes in the nation? So on average, you can expect to pay about $2,400 a year for property taxes in Charleston instead of $2,400 a month that you may be expected paying if you're coming from other areas. And let's talk about transportation costs. On average, a gallon of gas will cost you $1.95 per gallon, where in California, you're probably used to paying about $3 per gallon. So now let's talk about the ugly. While our property taxes are low, our state income taxes are one of the highest in the nation at 7%. In addition, you have to get used to being taxed in other areas. So for example, if you love to go shopping, you need to know that clothing taxes are 8.5%, where you may be used to not being taxes at all, like in New York. Now, we have a lot of great restaurants and bars here in Charleston, so if you like a good happy hour, you need to understand that alcohol taxes are 15%. And if you need to suck up some of that alcohol with some of the fine dining that we have here, you need to understand that food is taxed at 10.5%. So don't stress out. You'll get used to these things just like we have. But let's talk about the most exciting thing about living here, which I think is going to be a good trade-off, and that's the lifestyle. Now, living in Charleston is like being on vacation all year long. We have rich culture, rich history, and amazing cuisine. You'll spend a lot of time outside because we have some beautiful parks, and living on the water is almost second nature here. And if you just want to hang out on the beach, that's an easy thing to do here in Charleston. Did you know that Charleston is recognized as one of the friendliest places in the nation? So it's a great place to raise a family. Now, I have to admit, every day is not paradise. Traffic here can be pretty brutal, and flooding downtown is pretty common. And if you don't like bugs, you have to get used to it because mosquitoes are all over the place. And wildlife, yeah, we have alligators. We're sharing their space, so you'll have to get used to that too. So did I talk you into moving into Charleston yet? Well, if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. This is Shakima Chapman with the Chapman Group with Carolina Elite Real Estate, serving the Charleston and surrounding areas. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out the other videos that I have about living in Charleston and the real estate here. And if you have any questions, I know my contact information is around somewhere. Reach out to me, email or phone call. Thanks for watching.